Everybody got a story. Everybody got a story. Everybody got a story. Everybody got a story.
They now wants to call someone a xenophobic fascist. A. Define xenophobic: having or showing a dislike of or prejudice against people from other countries.
Everybody got a story. Everybody got a story. Everybody got a story. Everybody got a story.
A fascist basically just looks like somebody who is very much now focused to control stuff, and they are calling someone now to be a xenophobic fascist. So what are they trying to say about somebody now? It looked like they now mad because somebody wants to control what's in their own country nation.
Everybody got a story. Everybody got a story. Everybody got a story. Everybody got a story.
They got some people who need to grow up today because ain't a person or persons is supposed to know and be wanting to know about what's going on within their own country nation anymore nowadays. Ooh, no indeed. These people is not gonna want for me to talk to them. They really now got an issue with something like this today in certain positions or places. Grow up, people.
Everybody got a story. Everybody got a story. Everybody got a story. Everybody got a story.
Come on, little children. Let me explain something to you. Also, call me crazy, but hasn't it been a very common thing for many people who have been to court with a lawyer and all for that client and their lawyer and all to get along? Almost as though they all were cronies, friends. Again, I say, they got some people out there now in places that all need to grow up.
Everybody got a story, yeah.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 31 through 32. That all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor, shouting, uproar, and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice, ill will, and be you kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as the Most High, one true God, Adonai, Elohim, Jah, Jehovah, for Christ's sake, purpose, had forgiven you.
Everybody got a story.
Also, so why did even Marjorie Taylor Greene, almost a year ago now, want to impeach President Joe Biden? Greene accused Biden of abusing his power by endangering the security of the United States and thwarting, preventing, opposing the will of Congress, according to the articles. Joe Biden was deliberately compromised.
Yes, indeed.
Joe Biden has deliberately compromised our national security by refusing to enforce immigration laws and secure our border, allowed approximately 6 million illegals from over 160 countries to invade our country, deprived Border Patrol of the necessary resources and policies sufficient to protect our country, and his administration has willfully refused to maintain operational control as required by law, Green said in a statement.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The first of the three articles alleges that Biden's actions have led to an increase in illegal aliens and illegal narcotics, including deadly fentanyl, in entering the United States. It also claims that his administration has willfully violated the law by releasing illegal aliens into the interior of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
It said then, almost a year ago, alleges, and since then, more people, even this year, 2024, has been still coming over the border. So is it still alleges? Even if he himself did not approve of this all to be happening, well, somebody up in his cabinet at least must be still up to something. Somebody is.
Mm-hmm. You can say that again.
Do they still really want to be talking about some alleges? Don't even talk about pledges.
Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna say a word. I'ma close my mouth.
The COVID era border policy, as Title 42, was put into effect by the Trump administration in 2020, and it continued into the Biden administration until it expired this month, meaning as of May 18, 2023. It allowed the federal government to expedite expelling migrants without asylum hearings to alleviate the domestic spread of the coronavirus. According to this that was posted back in May 18th, 2023, 1:28 p.m. Central Time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Oh, okay. Okay. I won't say a word.
Republicans have criticized the Biden administration for its decision to end the restriction, but while it had been expected that lifting Title 42 would cause a surge in crossings, the number of migrants crossing the southern border has declined since the policy expired last week, as in according to this post from back in May 18th, 2023, 1:21 p.m. Central Time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Oh, I won't say a word. I'm gonna close my mouth.
Well, since May 18th, 2023, many have then still come over the border. What are they all doing today? Because peoples are now saying that you wants to destroy the population. because they say that you're so much now concerned about the high numbers of peoples now, but people still coming over the borders. What are you all doing if any of this all is true to this day now in April 2024?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I won't say a word. I'ma close my mouth. Yes, I won't say a word.
How you gonna talk about the economy and you still bringing in more and more people over to affect the economy? Well, I'll just say this. Nobody better not be coming over illegally. That's all I'll just rightly, decently say for the day. This is really now making me wonder about all of just what some may be now doing up in there.
Hear you say that again. I ain't gonna say a word. I won't say a word.
Green's second impeachment article claims Biden enacted policies that endangered Americans by allowing illegal aliens who had tested positive for COVID 19 to enter the country and infect American citizens. It said the Department of Homeland Security released and transported hundreds of thousands of aliens, illegals, into the interior of the United States without properly screening the aliens, illegals, for COVID 19.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
Something must have been going on for them to have been referring to them peoples coming over, even then, to be as illegal aliens. Whoever is authorizing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And during the COVID and shutdown, they were telling people then to be so afraid to even go outside. But yet people was outside coming over the border at some point last year, 2023. They said had COVID 19 and they wouldn't check them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, they be wanting us to get checked, but even been talking about for people to get a home test thing to check their own self. What are these people doing today?
Yes, indeed. I won't say a word. I'm gonna keep my mouth closed. I'm gonna keep my mouth closed.
Her third impeachment article alleges that Biden has created a national security crisis and is endangering the lives of everyday Americans.
Yeah, this was back last year now.
Her third impeachment article alleges that Biden has created a national security crisis and is endangering the lives of everyday Americans with his open border policies. Biden and Mayorkas have reiterated that the border is not open and they have discouraged migrants from coming to the U.S.
Mm-hmm. And that's an interesting one, my dear. That's an interesting one, my dear.
Discouraged. Well, maybe they had tried to persuade them almost a year ago now not to come over or send any more over. But somebody ain't been listening or something because they've still been now authorizing people to come over still now in 2024, whoever it is, and they sure enough has been still just letting them cross over too.
Something going on. I won't say a word. I'm gonna keep my mouth closed. I'm gonna keep my mouth closed. I'm gonna keep my mouth closed.
People are saying that y'all up in there are now worried about the population, as in to say that y'all wants to destroy the population, whoever you all is. If so, well, if so, why then? Now, let me tell you all something right quick. These so-called specific substances that are used to stimulate immunity to a particular infectious disease or pathogen, typically prepared from an inactivated or weakened form of the causative agent or from its constituents or products, are not all that much as effective as they have been seeming to want to hype it all up to be.
Mm-hmm. That's true right there. That's a big one right there.
For I have even the notice now, even in my own area, a many of people who had received the specific substance put into them, and they even had gotten the boosters, but they still had ended up in getting the deed. That's all I'm gonna say, because I've been noticing this same result just keep on happening with them for quite some time now, off and on, even after they had received the specific substance into them.
And they had said, you ain't gonna get something if you get this thing. Well, what happened there? What happened with the ones I know about now? It's more than one. I just tell you that it's more than one. Oh, I said I wasn't gonna say nothing. I said I wasn't gonna say nothing. I keep on saying, I keep on doing it. I just keep on doing. I said I wasn't gonna say nothing else. I said, let me be quiet. Let me be quiet. You're doing wonderful. Keep going. I said I wasn't gonna say nothing. I said I wasn't gonna say nothing. And be quiet. And be quiet.
Only 3 presidents have been impeached. Andrew Johnson in 1868, Bill Clinton in 1998, and Donald Trump in 2019 and 2021.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I won't say nothing. I'm gonna try. I'm starting to pick up on stuff now. I'm gonna try. Pray for me. Pray for me, please. Pray for me.
Watch what they may now want to hype up today, everyone, because it may not really be as true or good for you as how they make it all seem to be. Also, embryos are developing children because they are then starting to even develop their arms and legs, and only something that has a life can do that. There are some very evil peoples within this world today. Could they really be wanting now to take Social Security away from peoples? Or is it only for certain specific peoples that they find to not truly need it? Could they not be saying everything now about for when it comes to Social Security, but are they only just saying now that they wants to take Social Security away from peoples, but are they going around with being about telling you not the whole story, including as to why for this one too?
Everybody got a story. Everybody got a story.
I hear also now that they even want to return Roe versus Wade back into effect, but are they going to also focus entirely now on what could be the cause of such a problem if they really all wants to help with a solution, including are they going to now enforce for these celebrities to create more songs and videos and whatsoever that will teach them all properly, decently about something in a rightly kind of way rather than in just a foolish kind of way?
Everybody got a story. Everybody got a story.
Do they all really want to now help the culture, or do they now only just want to help to continue to curse the culture for the now new generation, as they call it? Because that's exactly what they've all been doing now for quite some years, just busy cursing everyone, even with their so-called platforms and all presently within this modern day and year 2024.
Everybody got a story. Everybody got a story.
They've just been getting now worser and worser, but they calls it the culture. Some culture they've made for their own selves today, and they dare to want to now make money with this all too. Even the ones that wants to now make money are just some slaves now, their own self.
Everybody got a story. Everybody got a story.
Yeah, these people's acting like there's something wrong with them all today. They just keep on telling now on their own selves. I ain't a busybody. I don't be just sitting around all day just trying to see what these people are doing. But somebody else knows. And so he then leads me to know. LOL, like a police, FBI and such, they get their leads and go with it. It's very similar for me, though it's not exactly the same.
What else going on? What else going on? Oh my goodness. Alright then.
Also, why is Russia so busy with interfering with US elections when they, their own self, don't want for anyone to get into their elections? It doesn't make any good sense to me in what they are doing. There's a lot of things about Russia that I do not understand.
You think you don't understand. You don't understand. Don't tell me. I don't. I said I'm gonna go say anything. Why you had to say something about that when they them? I don't understand. I don't understand Russian people. Please forgive me. I'm gonna try to be quiet. I don't understand Russian. I don't understand you. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what they. Why you had to say something about what? You know I don't understand them. They raise a question every time you raise up. You just say that country. You raise up a question. Please don't mention Russia again. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Please don't.
I don't know what President Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. believes, but they are now starting to pop up some stuff about some satanic stuff with his name again. I wouldn't want to practice anything that has to do with any satanic stuff. Whoever may be now involved in practicing such things. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes, indeed. Don't mess with. Oh, don't. Oh, I'm not gonna say word. You done mess. You done said something about somebody else now. You know, I don't mess with the. I don't play with that prince. I don't play with that prince. You know, yeah, I would take it to another level with that prince. Why you had to bring up the prince with that word right there? That's satanic stuff. Don't bring up the prince with me. Don't bring up the prince with me. He's just a prince. He's just a prince. Don't make me. Don't come up with. Don't bring up the prince. Don't bring up the prince. Let me calm down. You had to bring up that doggone one right there. I don't like that Prince. Don't mention Prince to me. You know, don't. I ain't talking about that Prince. Purple rain, purple rain. No, I ain't talking about that Prince. I'm talking about that Prince. You went up there on the screen on me now, but yeah, that word, that S word. Don't talk about that Prince with me. We got issue. Me and that Prince got issue. We got beef. Don't bring the beef. I'm be quiet.
Now I understand that some may be mad about some things. I will not say who you all are, but please at least try not to threaten anyone again. I understand that you may be mad or just don't like something, but just try to stay calm and decent with everyone. There are some that are really now concerned about people interfering with elections this year, 2024. Yes, they keep talking about this one today for some reason. And what's all of this talk about them now wanting to ban books in schools? What books do they now want to ban in schools? Why do they now want to have certain sexually explicit books in some schools now that also shows images of certain sexually explicit content?
Something going on there. No, what's going on there right there?
And what kinds of books do they now want to have within schools that are challenged for profanity, violence, and are thought to promote an anti police message and indoctrination of a social agenda?
Oh, a social agenda? What the social agenda here? I ain't realize you were gonna talk about that. I'm gonna say a word. I ain't know that was up in there. No, you got some stuff up in here. All right then.
And they now want to take away the parental notifications from within public schools while all of this has been going on in places today? What in this world do they all think that they are doing now? If they can't even just to suspect the very suspicious, evil, shady stuff that's been going on, then something got to be wrong with them all.
Yes, indeed. You can say that now again. Something wrong with him for sure. I believe him. I believe him. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe. I do believe.
Now, I ain't a busybody, but they's telling a lot now on their own selves today. Now, I ain't favoring anybody right now. It's too early for that. But if you gonna talk about somebody, then talk about them all. So if Biden is not banned from the ballot, with all of this suspicious stuff from either he himself or his cabinet or whoever is to blame for the now known truthful call for suspiciousness.
Yes, indeed, for suspiciousness. For suspiciousness.
Then why should Trump be banned from the ballot? That's all I'm saying. If Biden got so much, then why not talk about his dirt too?
They both doing dirt anyway. Yeah, they both doing dirt anyway. They both look like got stuff on them, so why they can't talk about both of them on the advertisement and everything else. I'm just saying the question. I ain't trying to come at anybody. I'm talking about everybody. I ain't got time to be talking about just one person. No, it's too much. That's too much. That's crap. That's rack. That's rack. That's rack to just talk about one when it's more than one. That's rack. That's rack. Crack is rack. Crack is rack, and they make me wonder about what they might be doing up in there. Crack is rack, people. Crack is rack. So I'm gonna say crack is rack. Crack is rack, and don't mess with no wicker either. Please don't mess with no wicker. Don't mess with the wicker, cause the wicker gonna make you weaker. The wicker gonna make you weaker. You understand? The wicker gonna make you weaker. Please don't mess with it, people. The wicker will make you weaker. Do you want to be weak or do you want to be strong? Don't mess with no wicker. I heard somebody say something about that Prince. Don't mess with that wicker stuff unless you want to be weaker. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say since you think you're so strong. Keep messing with Ricker then. Keep messing with Ricker. Oh! I said I wasn't going to say no more. Please forgive me. Pardon me, people. I didn't mean to do it. But they making me say some stuff right now. This is why I want to keep my mouth closed. But they done made me say something again. Is you done yet? I see that thing almost at the bottom. Doggone it. It's moving. Yeah, I see it moving over there. You almost at the bottom. That is. I can't keep my mouth closed now.
And one more thing. Why do some certain ones seem to think that more money will help them all to succeed? While meanwhile, when they get the some odd dollar more amount of money, then I don't see how they is trying to make things to be better. Are they now wanting to just only be a opportunist? Or do they want to be a altruist? Which one do you want to be today, all you peoples? Do you want to be a opportunist or a altruist?
Yeah, which one do they want to be today? Which one y'all want to be today, people? You know what I'm saying? I just want to know which one you want to be. Which one you want to be.
The rich have many friends, but wisdom is not among fools. Wisdom is not among fools. The rich have many friends, but wisdom is not among fools. 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 The rich have many friends, but wisdom is not among fools. 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 The rich have many friends, but wisdom is not among fools.